Hello and welcome to another episode of Coach's Commentary. As expected, India is qualified for the final, and of course, Sri Lanka is also qualified for the final too, which makes Sri Lanka obviously one of the most consistent teams after Team India. And the much expected India versus Pakistan final has not materialized for the simple reason Sri Lanka, as I said at the start of this tournament, have shown a lot of resilience and they have played together as a team to get to where they've got to now. They've shown great grit, they've shown great awareness of situations, and they've come through tighter situations in games to prevail over their opponents, especially Pakistan. And that particular tightrope walk, which resulted in their favor, has obviously played a huge part in Sri Lanka qualifying for the final. Yes, what can we expect in the final? One thing for sure, the crowd is going to be rooting for the home team as they've done all these years, and the noise that they made whenever they turned up to cheer their team was fantastic. That is something that they always do, and it's not for nothing that they back their side because they are aware of the fact that the young side is really playing well as a unit in the last couple of years or so, and they would be expecting their team to really go from strength to strength. And what is it that India need to be wary of? They need to be wary of the depth in the Sri Lankan batting. They got Nisanka Karunaratne, of course, Mendes, Samara Vikrama, and Asanka, I mean, in terrific form. Of course, Dhananjay De Silva is also a decent bat. And the young Velalage is becoming somewhat of a rage, isn't he? He's done extraordinarily well with the ball, and he's also a handy lower order batter too. And let's not forget Shanka, the all-rounder, who's also quite capable performer. They have the depth in batting. Yes, Patirana has been really good right through this tournament. He's picked up wickets at the right moments for his side, and if at all anything, they'll be missing the service of Tikshana, who's suffered an injury once again. And that can be a big blow for them because he's experienced, he's been really good in white ball cricket. But there again, Sri Lankans have always found somebody to put up their hand and perform whenever it was required. And the one big thing that will separate them from the Indians is the spin attack, because the Indians, on the other hand, have a very good spin attack. The left armers, of course, Kuldeep has been terrific right through this tournament. Jadeja and Akshar Patel obviously are really handy customers with both the bat and the ball in this competition in white ball cricket I'm referring to. Of course, the Indian batting is also been in good nick as well. The top order has run into form, and Virat Kohli has got 100, and KL Rahul has got 100 too, and Ishan Kishan has been impressive as well, which means that Hardik Pandya would be expected to put up another all-round performance, which he's been doing. His bowling has been really fantastic in the Asia Cup, and I think that makes a huge difference for Team India. So, all in all, one can expect a fantastic final, but there again, there's very little to separate both the sides. Whatever advantage that Sri Lanka might have as a home side is perhaps nullified by the all round strength that the visiting team India has. And the fact that each and every one of them is in good nick, they've contributed towards the team's cause, and overall, India has really had relatively easy games because they've been far superior to their opponents, and of course, they would be expected to win the Asia Cup because of the current form and also the fact that Sri Lanka perhaps lacks that little bit of teeth in the spin attack. And the problem will be the kind of surface that they'll dish out for the final, because you cannot go for a slow bounce turning track because Indians are good spinners. At the same time, you can't really give bouncy tracks too. So it's going to be a case of pressure coming into play, if at all anything, and that can perhaps be the only thing that can stop India from winning the Asia Cup. I might be sounding too confident, but on paper, India is a better side. On the performances churned out in the Asia Cup, India has been really good. But let's not forget the tough games that Sri Lanka had to play and prevail over the opponents will also have toughened them, and that would have given them a lot of confidence. So that is something that they will take into the final as well, the Sri Lankans, plus the support from the crowd. Overall, it's going to be a cracker of a game, and no matter what, India starts with an advantage of 55-45 as far as I see it. And if Sri Lanka go on to win, obviously everybody would be delighted for the simple reason they've had to really fight in each and every game with a depleted side. And also, one has to consider the fact that the young side has been making rapid progress in the recent past. So we've been treated to a fantastic competition, even though the weather has been really playing the spoil sport in Sri Lanka, but that is not deterred either the ground staff or the organizers from ensuring that not much of cricket was lost. So all in all, it's been a fantastic edition of Asia Cup, and despite my confidence that India will win, may the best team win is what I'll end up saying because in white ball format, it's very difficult to predict a winner. On that note, I will wind up this episode, and as I always say, I'll catch up with you very soon. Until I do that, be good and stay safe.